Hello, everybody. So let's take a look at our next writing lesson. So, as always, we are working in our Google Slides personal narrative writing notebook. If you need help finding it, or if you did not work in this the first couple of lessons, please send me an email as soon as possible. So, as you know, lesson 1 we already did. Lesson 2 we've already done personal narrative topics. We've already done small moments. And last week we looked at brainstorm and organize. So this week we're going to look at lesson 5. And we're also going to look at lesson 6, but we'll start with lesson 5. So lesson 5 we're talking about word choice. So it says to bring life to your narrative, it's important to use words that are both descriptive and precise. That means kind of like exact words. You want to avoid boring verbs like went, saw, and adjectives like pretty or nice. When you're describing your feelings, you want to kind of try to stay away from like happy or sad. That doesn't really tell us very much. You may want to avoid overusing the word said, right? If you use said a whole bunch, it kind of starts to sound a little repetitive. So if you think about the context of your narrative or kind of what's going on in your narrative, what words might bring your story to life? So if we look at descriptive verbs, I'm going to list out some descriptive verbs that might be helpful in my narrative. So maybe I could say watched. I could even add watched in awe, kind of add to it. I could say witnessed, like I witnessed my niece and I witnessed her see everything kind of for the first time. And I could kind of go on and on with that. Then I can switch over to, let's look at descriptive adjectives. So if we remember, my narrative is going to be about watching the fireworks with my niece the first time that we met her before she was adopted. So some descriptive adjectives I might use are glittery. Right, I'm thinking about the fireworks. They're glittery. Oops, I can't spell today. Sparkly. Another adjective I might use is loud or booming. I might use cramped because the space was very cramped since there was a lot of us. And some feeling words. So some feeling words that I might use are something like thrilled or excited, maybe even nervous. Oops, that should be a V, not a B. Maybe even nervous. And some words to replace said. So I'm going to think about my story and I'm going to think about how I would have said things. Since it was so loud, I might have yelled. Or since she was very close to me, I may have whispered. Maybe she asked a question. Maybe I told her something. There are a bunch of different words that we can use. You could kind of fill up these whole boxes if you wanted to. I want you to try to write at least 3 words for each box. So 3 descriptive verbs, 3 feeling words, 3 descriptive adjectives, and 3 words to replace said. I want you to try to come up with 3. You can come up with more if you want to, but at least 3. I'm also going to be posting a resource to Canvas. I believe it's called Banish Boring Words, and it's a really great resource for this specific activity or this specific lesson. And then let's take a look at lesson 6. I apologize, my computer is running a little bit slow today. Oops, that's the wrong one. This is the page. So sensory details. So you're going to continue with that same topic or that same moment or what you're writing about. I want you to think about the different sensory details that you experienced. So think about, what did you see? What did you hear? What did you smell? What did you taste? What did you feel? I want you to try to write a descriptive sentence for as many of the senses as you can. You can write more than one sentence for certain senses. or you may not include a sense, right? I might not include taste because there's nothing I can remember about taste when we were watching the fireworks. But let's see, I could write something for my sense of sight, so I'll say see. And then for my sentence, I'll say Lila watched the sparkly fireworks in the sky. So I kind of used some sensory details, that sparkly fireworks. I may even add more to that. I may say in the dark sky. Oops, I spelled sparkly wrong. Lila watched the sparkly fireworks in the dark sky. So that's telling me more about what she sees or what we saw. Maybe I'll write something about hearing. What did we hear? Oops, sorry about that. So maybe I could say something like, we listened to the exciting music and the loud booming sounds from the show. So those descriptive words, those descriptive adjectives are telling me more about what I hear. So I want you to try to write at least 4 sentences. Try to fill up the whole page, this whole page if you can, but if you can only get to 4, that's totally okay. And I want you to write a sentence about something that you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. But like I said, if maybe there's nothing that you tasted or there's nothing that you smelled, you can write more than one for other senses. You can fill up more than this, or you can fill up just the 4, or you can fill up just the entire page. Whatever kind of works best for you. Remember that you're writing about your kind of personal narrative topic, the topic that you've already chosen. You can, of course, at any time kind of go back and change that topic if you find that you're having some trouble writing about it. If you have any questions about this lesson or about using sensory details or descriptive language, please let me know. I'm here to help. And I also will be posting that Banish Boring Words resource on Canvas for everybody. That will be very, very helpful for these 2 lessons.